Jolie Gabrielle here for day 14 of my consistency challenge to myself. And I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you so much for joining me. And I just like to take a moment and talk about these apps. These apps will really have you out here spending a lot of time trying to figure out how to post a video or edit it, only for you to lose your work or it to not load or download. It's crazy out here. So sometimes I feel like we need to clean our devices, drain them, ground them into Mother Earth, drain them of their energy, all the waywards, all the nastiness in the phone, and fill your phone and all your electronic devices up with gold light. Ground them, drain them of all their energy, and fill them with gold light. Turn off your computer and turn it back on, your phone, whatever. That's my advice, because sometimes, as we know, energy transcends physical barriers, and frequency and vibration is kind of what I want to speak about in today's show, or what I would say is my message to myself, because there's a lot going on out here, and I want to take a moment to really spend some time meditating for things to be revealed, for industries to start being channels of light and blessings as well, instead of corruption and satanic and demonic energy out here mind controlling people. Because we know that there is a lot of greed and a lot of vampiric energy running rampant out in the world. And maybe if we had a better understanding of how energy worked, how we worked, we could fortify our energy and our environment away from this vampiric energy, as well as beam our light on the negativity so that darkness can be exposed. Those demons can go back to where they come from. And I mean that, and when I say demons, I just mean negative energy. And then now we can listen to music that is of a higher vibration and frequency, and we don't have to search and dig for that. It's just the way life is. We can watch a movie and a video and feel good about ourselves and know that even if it is a feel-good movie, that behind that is still good intentions. It's not run by greed and social engineering and wanting to suck your energy dry. That seems like what's happening. And we're seeing a lot of this energy out in the world right now, and we're also feeding on it, not realizing it's feeding on us. When I'd like to just change the narrative, and let's put some positive energy in these spaces and places where there's revelations happening, where doors are opening and people are coming forward and saying, you know what, I'm tired. This is my story, and this is what these bastards did to me. This is how it happened, and this is what they've been doing for decades and centuries, and it's time for them to be exposed. And a lot of us are just sitting here eating this and lapping it up without doing anything about it, thinking, well, what can I do? I'm just a little peon. What you can do as a channel of light and blessings and as a child of the divine is you can sit down and send positive energy to these spaces and places. You can sit down, ground your energy, put your soul architecture together, close your eyes, focus on specifically the music industry, the entertainment industry, the politics, your family, the hospitals, Gaza. You can focus your positive life force energy. You can open your heart and focus your love into these places. And you could see the Creator work his magic. And that's part and parcel of doing something about what's going on in this world, is sending out your energy. So let's think about the science of this. Let's because in order for us to really do some things, we got to believe in it. We got to know it and master it. But at the same time, we have to relax and allow for it to work through us. So focused energy, we know, changes things. And frequency and vibration is so important. It is very real. There's something called the Rife machine, created by this gentleman by the name of Royal Rife. God sent him on earth as an angel, and he was able to harness frequency and vibration and hone it into the body and heal disease and illness. Guess what they did to him? They killed him and they destroyed his work, even though it's still around. I think he has a progeny. He has a grandson or son that's still doing the work, and it's still offered. You can find this machine, and it is absolutely something that I would suggest everybody have and learn how to use, because it's not that doctors are a problem. People are out here trying to help others. Doctors, in their defense, a lot of times we as patients don't listen to what they have to say. We do not take heed the medicine and do the things we are supposed to do. So we're also responsible at the end of the day. But my job as an energy healer is to work with your doctor, to work with your therapist and your specialist. They do the science and the physical, and we work on the emotional and the spiritual aspect. So just know this video is my commentary and my opinion and my years of experience with working with myself and clients. Nevertheless, thoughts become things, and as above, so below. And a lot of these diseases and illness begin in the spirit. They begin as a frequency and a vibration, right? So we know that astral travel exists. The government has said so. There are projects that they have, the CIA has done. They have remote viewed over into bunkers and seen weapons, and it's all written down. There's also a cream called Lemur, and the man who created it was using frequencies and vibrations and sounds because he had been burned, and this he had formulated. He was actually a scientist or something, and he had sat down and formulated this moisturizing concoction that helped heal his burns. And he was using frequencies and vibrations to do this. Really interesting. And there's also something called cymatics with a C. There's also a cymatics who is a house DJ or performer, but we're talking about the cymatics with the C, which is the field of study that focuses on the visualization of sound and vibration, which was discovered by a gentleman by the name, a Swiss physicist. His name was Hans Jenny, or Jenny, however you say that in the Swiss. And why he created it was used to analyze complex sounds such as dolphin calls. And it also creates beautiful and complex designs once these frequencies are played, which takes us back to the Rife machine. He was able to tune in to the mutations of the cancer and destroy it with these sounds, these cymatics, because sound and energy and vibration become things, right? So as we move along, I want to remind you that everything has a vibration that it emits and receives. That's why we're always talking about vibrating at a higher vibration. And the flip side of that is you are being bombarded with music, with images, with art, with visuals, which has been taken over by a extremely negative energy that is seeking to suck you dry, suck your energy from you and your life force. They're feeding off of us, and that is obvious because of what has been being unpacked in the news behind some of the players and the CEOs that we have trusted to run these companies, to give us beautiful art, beautiful music, beautiful food, as well as spiritual edification. And now we know we have been deceived and basically processed, right, as slaves. So I don't know about you, but I ain't nobody's slave, and I ain't gonna be. And I'm going to work to break any of the chains that anybody is trying to put on me and mine. That's where we're at. All right, so let's talk about the law of frequency and vibration, because that is one of the 12 universal laws. Basic. So we know that we want to work there, right? Around our frequency and our vibration. Depression is a frequency, it's a vibration. Anxiety, just like happiness, love, and joy. So there's got to be a formula of some kind, right, to get us there. There's got to be. We are very well aware of the formula of struggle, of poverty, of suffering. But why do only the elites need to know the vibration and the frequency of happiness and of prosperity and of joy? It's time for us to take our power back. All right, so now the law of frequency and vibration states that everything is in a constant state of movement. That's why when you meditate, it's so important to turn all of your cells in your body. Command, everything is moving. They hear you. So command all of the cells in your body to turn heart shaped. That is symbolic of loving energy. You let them move throughout your body. Everything is moving, all right? Now, the speed at which something vibrates is called its frequency. So then, however something is vibrating creates that frequency. And the rate of vibration is what differentiates objects. So how something is vibrating differentiates it from the other thing, right? So this is fascinating information. So and then the belief is that we can attract anything we want by resonating with that frequency, which brings us to one of the ways in which we can also just be laying down, drooling, doing nothing and heal. Turn on YouTube and these binaural beats and the frequencies and the vibrations of love, the frequency, Schumann's resonance. Any of these things can help to program the subconscious. Now, many people believe YouTube is watered down. You got to kind of pay for some of the deeper level. But you know what? Begin where you can. Because once you do that, doors start opening and it will lead you to exactly what you need to transform. So I would suggest binaural beats, again, any type of frequencies and vibrations around prosperity, positive energy, health, optimal cell regeneration. These are all so effective in changing and helping you elevate your frequency. So, all right, now it says every thought releases some type of chemical reaction. Can you believe that? Every one of your thoughts releases a chemical reaction that begins in the prefrontal cortex. We've talked about this. The prefrontal cortex, you better get acquainted with it and make it your friend, because it is there to process all your emotion, all your thoughts, all your feelings. So you've got to get in there and tell the prefrontal cortex and all its minions, as I like to say, what to do. You're in control. And once you learn how to deal with these cells in your body, what's going on in the mind, where it exists, you can get in there and you can start programming it instead of allowing for other people to do it for you, because that's what we've been doing, obviously, right? But the covers are coming off and things are being revealed. So we're going to get down to it in just a moment. So serotonin and dopamine are two of the ones. Now dopamine, it's a little, that's neat. You got to really do the things that positively release the dopamine. We don't want to lean on things that may cause us to become codependent or addicted. We want to make sure that we hit those triggers often that create a dopamine high from things that support our highest good, right? And so once we have these positive thoughts, serotonin and dopamine are emitted in the brain, and we feel this lightness, this positive energy coursing through our veins, and that's health and that's well-being. However, negative thoughts are also, they release a chemical. And actually what it does is it draws precious metabolic energy away from the prefrontal cortex. That's what negative thoughts are doing. So we always know that we are a microcosm of the macrocosm, which is the universe. So whatever's going on in us is going on there, and whatever's going on out in the world, vice versa in Mother Earth. So we think about what's going on in the news and how much is being revealed right now about the corruption that is taking place in the world and how we've been lied to and deceived. I'm not happy about that, but also inside of me, I've been oppressed. The things that were supposed to free me have been used as tools of oppression and destruction of my self-love and self-esteem. So we're going to sit down and we're going to take some time to change that, okay? So put your feet flat on the floor, please. Or I'm going to do this because this is my journey. So I'm so used to teaching it, but I'm going to teach myself. I'm going to allow the Spirit to work through me as I put my feet flat on the floor, my palms face up on my thighs. I breathe. I slow my heart rate down as I bring my awareness to my chest. And then I turn all my cells in my body heart-shaped. Simultaneously, I pull my aura in to be 1.5 feet around me. I call my higher self to be a comfortable distance above my crown. I snap my astral body in and I ground my energy. And I use a grounding cord of fire because I want to get moving, be productive, really be a channel of light and blessings, and transmute negative energy into positive energy. So I call in my golden rose-shaped scrubbing bubbles to blanket the inside and the outside of my grounding cord, as well as my chakras. I open my feet, hands, and crown like I would the lens of a camera, and I call in 15% earth energy of a color that resonates with me, which is going to be red and orange for creativity, sensuality, sexuality, meaning marketing, branding. It does not necessarily mean intimacy. It's relating to others, being likable, having people support you, as well as feeling safe, secure, and bringing in financial prosperity. So those are why I choose the red and the orange. And I bring in the gold light. So all of that energy moves through me in a way that not only supports me, but my environment. And this positive energy then can reverberate out into the world. So as this energy begins to fill me up like water fills up a cup,